Hello there my fellow Holotable heroes, and welcome to another Conquest video guide. You'll be able to find this and all my other Conquest guides on my SWGOH for Life website. If you haven't seen it yet, go and check it out, there'll be a link in the description below. In this one I'll be playing through Sector 4, just showing you some of the teams that I used here to get progress towards Sector and Global Feats done. Now the only one I can't show you is my Ewoks. They're only gear 12 and without fortified data disc and zealous ambition data discs. I simply had nothing that could work with my gear 12 Ewoks. As I'm playing through Sector 5, if I hopefully do get fortified data disc, I'll give Ewoks one more time a go and let you know if I find anything that can work with them. Also worth mentioning that personally I'm skipping the Ewok feat as well as the torture feat. They take too long, I think, and not worth it. However, I will obviously do show you a couple of teams that can get, you know, 1 or 2 tortures per battle done, so at least something's better than nothing, I guess, if you do need those tanky cards from torture, but I would imagine most of us will be skipping Ewoks for sure. Alright, let's first review the feats. So we have to defeat 50 enemies with Hutt Cartel units. I'll show you 2 different teams how you can do it. Then win 14 battles with no attacker units in your squad. Now if you've been relying heavily on Galactic Legends to carry you past this, both Galactic Legends are attacker. I think only Master Luke, right, he's a tank. And if you do have Job, I think he's support, I don't. So definitely we'll be utilizing different teams for this feat. And then finally you have to win at least 14 battles with Ewoks. Yeah, just skip this one. And same thing with Torture, just probably don't bother, just skip it, I would say. But anyway, let's now start with the battles here, just showing you some of the teams that I used. So first we've got a safe team without attackers, and as well for that global no leader feat, so I'm still using Malak lead, but without fortified data disc. Definitely here, like here in Sector 4, Malak lead can only take you so far, as you also see in this battle here. And obviously we do have a full safe team as well for the global feat, so kind of, you know, 3-in-1 team here, really giving you Sector 4 feat here for no attackers, as well as 2 global feats knocking out at the same time. And I'm just going to speed up the footage. These guys were very durable. Obviously their modifier gives them so much bonus per meter. They were able to take down Malak, that's what I'm saying. Like Sector 4 without fortified data, this definitely, I'm now feeling already the pinch here, and hopefully something comes up in Sector 5. So we've got another team here that as well doesn't use support, doesn't use attackers in the team, and as well getting a global feat with R2 and 3PO. Now this team should be a lot more powerful than you can see here. If you would have zealous ambition data discs, I didn't have at this point yet, you know, the beginning of Sector 4. Unfortunately RNG has been really bad for my data discs, because for example R2 there and BBA, their support, so they will be able to do a lot of damage. And then IG, he's not a tank, he's actually a healer, and once you unleash his AoE, if you do stack like 2-3 zealous ambition data discs, his AoE can really, like, you know, one-shot teams almost. So definitely all these battles I'm showing you are much harder than they were supposed to be if you do get obviously a normal RNG with the data disc, unlike me. Let's move on to the Hutt Cartel. Mostly if you do have Jabba, this should be that easy. If not, you can also get something done with these bounty hunters, obviously bringing Bossk. But look at the grill, 1, keep going, 1 more. And Cartel because, oh boy. Oh, that was so funny. I mean, I do have these guys relic up because obviously I'm going for Jabba next. But even if you don't, I'll show another team as well. If you don't have good bounty hunters, how you can get it done also. By the way, got a Hugs down, and after you get Kalo down, Hugs down, take care of Sith Trooper, and then we can just keep going here. So you can see my damage is slowly ramping up, all thanks to stacking further data disc. Come on, Grido. No, just single shot. What's going on there? Oh man, I really enjoy that one. And we've got obviously Separatists global feat as well. I tried Separatists without using attackers as well, but again, without zealous ambition data discs, you can't really do a whole lot. If you do have obviously, you know, 2-3 stacks of their zealous ambition data disc, you could try like a lineup with, I don't know, Newt lead, Asajj, and GBA, because they're both support and they both have AoEs, so they could as well do a lot of damage to the enemies. But personally I don't. Really, unfortunately I can't create all the wonderful guides I was planning to, just because I don't have good data discs. So one way to cheese Hutt Cartel, if you don't have Jabba and you don't have good bounty hunters, but you do have Luke, You can bring in either Leia or Lando. Maybe even Lando would be a better choice, so just sometimes then enemies would die from a thermal detonator from Leia. They're both light side Hutt Cartel, so just bring in Jedi Master Luke here. If you don't have Voluntary Vanguard, you will need Watt to put obviously Force Taunt over on your Luke. Otherwise, you can just bring this in and then everybody just keep calling either Leia or Lando for assist, and you know, all this damage from Inherited Teachings will do all the damage. For reference, my Leia is actually 5 stars in Gear 11. Obviously do have some entrenched data discs. Of course, you gotta dance with Nest here, but because of stacking fervor, eventually I will stack enough offense here from attacking out of turns that I will be able to one-shot her whenever we do get enough offense. Almost there. Boom, there we go. Gear 11 Leia doing massive damage. So let's move on now to another global feat here, BT and Trip. And obviously their Trip, he also has Torture, so if you are going for Torture feat, you can go ahead and do that. For reference, both my BT and Trip are 3 stars, Gear 11. Or actually they're 4 stars now. Yeah, I'm farming a slowly. They're 4 stars and sorry, Gear 8. 4-star Gear 8. Now let me correct myself quickly. They're both Gear 8, 4 stars. But you know, these data discs a little bit do keep them alive. But even if they die off, as we found out for these feats, they don't have to survive in order for you to get the feat done. So you don't really have to worry about it too much if you do lose them. There we go. Got as well the last enemy down. And obviously another thing with Torture, if you do have Grand Inquisitor, you can try stalling out these as much as you can, depending also on how much damage you're doing. I was able, I think, to squeeze out 2 Tortures in this battle, but Torture's got quite a high cooldown. So definitely getting more than 2, I think it's going to be a challenge. Maybe really find some node where you can cheese. Maybe that Nest node, I'm not sure. But again, I didn't, you know, put too much into this Torture feat just because I think, you know, it's not worth really doing. I think it's quite a lot of hard work here to do. Anyway, just going to go ahead, trying to obviously stall the battle, keep everybody alive as much as you can. The idea here is get 6 stacks of Purge on everybody and then move on to the next unit, because every time somebody gets 6 stacks of Purge for the first time, Grand Inquisitor gets an extra turn, so hopefully you can get your Torture quickly back to back. And that's it, guys. That's all what I wanted to show you today. Unfortunately, not a lot of battles, just because I don't really have good enough data discs personally to be able to try out all those teams I was planning to, but at least something to work with hopefully here. But yeah, essentially this sector 4 is a 2 feat really sector, just, you know, winning without attackers. Plenty of options there. Again, I wasn't able to do a whole lot without Zealous Ambition data disc here without attackers, because then you rely on your support and healers doing all the damage. And Hutt Cartel, I just have to come back and do a few more battles, and that will be it. Thank you for watching, guys. Hopefully I'll see you in Sector 5 video, but until then, have fun, enjoy your life, and may the RNG be with you, my friends.